In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to find the surface area of prisms. Before we get started showing you how to find the surface area, let's talk about what surface area measures. Surface area measures the space around the outside of a three-dimensional figure. So if you think about a box, that would be the amount of cardboard that it takes to form the box. Or if you were painting the outside of an object, the amount of paint that goes on the outside is the surface area. Since we are talking about area, even though it's a three-dimensional object, we are talking about the area, which is always measured in units squared. So for these questions, your answers will all be in units squared. Okay, so let's start with rectangular prisms. So this formula to find the surface area of a rectangular prism is 2 times length times width plus 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height. So let me show you how this formula works. So if you look at the rectangular prism that I have here, the length times the width would actually give you the bottom. I know you can't see all of the bottom, so I'm drawing in the rest of it. That would give you the bottom of the box. And then if you notice that the bottom and the top are the same, that's why it's multiplied by 2, because both of those rectangles are the same. So length times width is the bottom, double it will give you the top as well. So for this is the top and the bottom. Next, 2 times length times height. Let me use a different color for this one. Length times height is going to give you the area of this front rectangle. And then if we look at the front of the box and notice that it's exactly the same as the back of the box, that would, if we double it, this would give us the front and the back. And then lastly, if I do width times height, the width times the height is going to give me the side of the box. And then can't quite see it, but the other side of the box is the same. So if we double it again, that'll give us the two sides. So it's the right and left side. Then once you find each of those, if you add them together, you would get the total surface area of the outside of the rectangular prism. So let's try this with an actual picture, an actual example, rather than just the letters. If you have your notes with you, you can find this in your notes on the last page where it says 12.8 surface area of prisms. Okay, so if I write down the formula, surface area equals 2 times length times width plus 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height. The 20 is the length, the 8 would be the width, and the 16 would be the height. Again, it doesn't really matter which number you label as which, length, width, or height, you're going to get the same answer. So SA, that's surface area, 2 times the length, which is 20, times the width, which is 8, plus 2 times the length again, which is 20, times this time the height, that's 16, plus 2 times the width, which is 8, times the height, which is 16. Now I like to simplify each section of products first so that I don't make a mistake when I'm adding them together. So 2 times 20 times 8, that's 320. 2 times 20 times 16 is 640. and 2 times 8 times 16 is 256. And then the last thing we need to do is add all those together, and you get a total surface area of 1,216 centimeters squared, because remember we said this is the area of all of the outside faces and bases of the box. Okay, so this video I'm going to stop there. We are just going to focus in this video on rectangular prisms, and then in the next video you will see the other prisms, the triangular prism and the trapezoidal prism.